we definitely erred on the side of making, deregulating, liberalizing everything.
Right.
We mustn't now go the other way,
Right.
and reimpose very strict and narrow and rigid regulations. What we need to do is recognize that it's not enough to control money supply. We also have to take into account the willingness to lend, and we must control the amount of credit that can be used, and the amount of leverage that people can employ.
You want to control the amount of leverage that people can.
And not only do I want to control it, but in other words, by imposing minimum reserve requirements, which you already have for banks, and margin requirements that you don't have.
You're going to let Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and the rest of them leverage their balance sheets up 30 to 40 times?
No, you're not allowed to do that. You have to regulate that, and regulate the risk involved according to how leveraged their clients are, and you have to change those limits depending on the exuberance or the state of the market.
And who should do that? The Federal Reserve?
I think the Federal Reserve should be the main regulatory authority. Right now, they don't hold themselves responsible for dealing with asset bubbles.
Right.
And they say we don't have the tools for dealing with asset bubbles.
What do you think about that?
And I say they must also deal with asset bubbles, and they need to use these new tools, which is basically margin requirement, variable margin requirements. We have the tools. We used to have it. When any individual buys stocks in the stock market, he has to put up margin.
Right.
It could vary between 30% and 70%.
People were after Larry Tisch and John Whitehead spoke to Greenspan many times to get him to raise the margin.
And commodity transactions might be the right thing.
Right. That's a good idea.
It's right now.